Hi, I'm Phil.
I'm Matt.
I'm Maggie.
And you're watching Word of Mouth. Tonight I saw Promises, Promises.
It was based on an old movie, The Apartment.
Chuck Baxter is a pencil-pushing bean counter accountant in a very, very large insurance company, going nowhere.
He's agreeing to let some senior executives use his prime apartment spot in the city for their extramarital affairs.
They use every night, just about one night, two nights, three nights. They use his apartment for their purposes.
Fran Kubelik is someone that Chuck has a little crush on. She's just perky and little and cute, and he likes her.
Later on, he finds out that this is the girlfriend of the boss who's going to promote him.
It's the same old classic story. I will divorce my wife, and I will leave her, and we will go off into the sunset together.
She thinks he's going to leave his wife, but he's just delaying and putting it off, and she's like, yes, no, yes, no.
Chuck, who's in love with Fran, Fran, who thinks she's in love with Mr. Sheldrick, and they're all using Chuck's apartment, and you know, figure out the rest.
Sean Hayes plays the part of Chuck. He's very funny. He's funny both in his mannerisms and his body language.
Sean Hayes was a revelation to me. I had no clue how talented this fellow is, and he sings really well.
Maybe his vocal performance just wasn't as good as some of the ensemble cast around him, but his acting and his stage presence great.
Kristin Chenoweth plays Fran. Fran is not a funny part. Her part calls for her to push and to be angry and to be disillusioned. And she did that well.
Man, she has a voice. She was really good. She had some nice scenes. She had a lot of solo time on stage where everyone suddenly disappeared. She could sing the alphabet or whatever, and it would sound great coming out of her mouth.
Her voice is just beautiful.
Katie Finneran played Marge.
And this is a great scene right after the intermission where Chuck is in a bar, he's feeling down on his luck, it's Christmas Eve.
She plays part of a drunk who's good and bad. Come on, or get away from me. She got all those emotions, him driving him crazy.
She just plays a drunk, slutty woman in this bar, and she just plays it really, really well and really comical.
If you miss the first act, that's unfortunate. You don't want to miss the second act because you don't want to miss this hysterically funny woman.
She's funny to a cause. She's very funny.
Dick Latessa played the doctor who lives next door and is in awe of the shenanigans that are going on the other side of the wall.
He sort of idolizes Chuck in a way because of all the sexual activity that he thinks Chuck is getting, but it's really all these executives using Chuck's apartment.
He was funny, he was entertaining, he was embracing, and you wish he were your doctor.
Tony Goldwyn plays Sheldrick, and he's a great villain character. He's the guy you love to hate.
He's a heel, really. You know, he's married, he's got children, he's known to be a lover. He's a heel, but he's a good actor too.
Rob Ashford was the director choreographer, and he nailed the 60s.
The dancing was great, a lot of good choreography. The opening scene, they come out and they're tossing girls around, they're flipping them between their legs, and there's something very sexy about it and very good.
It was dancing and acrobatics at the same time. So they had about 5, 6 guys doing wonderful acrobatics in the dance, and the girls, beautiful girls, dancing all over the stage.
It's wonderful to hear some of the songs that you remember from the 60s.
You've got Kristin singing What Do You Get When You Fall in Love? And she picks up a classical guitar and she's like, what do you get when you fall in love? You know, and that's like a great song. How can you not like that?
The audience had a grin all the time, laughing all the time. At the end, a standing ovation by everybody.
I think everybody would like this show. I can't think of who would not enjoy this show. It's a really good show.
It was really good. It was really, really good. The first act started a little bit slow, a lot of backstory, a lot of build-up, but from the moment the curtain came up in the second act, we were right in the action, right in the comedy, and that's when it really, really got good for me.
I'd recommend it. I'd like to see it again.
If you want to see a big old-fashioned Broadway musical, come see Promises, Promises.
What do you get when you fall in love? You only